of the Dre and Mo podcast. I'm Dre,
I'm Mo.
and we're just giving you conversation. This kind of a little bit different from what we gave you last time. It's just real conversations, a little bit on unorthodox than what we normally do. So how's it been?
Good. Just working.
Just working. It's been about a week,
Yeah.
week or two since the last episode.
Thanks to all the followers. We really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, it just gained a lot of followers, got a lot of likes. Keep subscribing, keep liking and commenting. The more you like and comment, the more YouTube acknowledges us and puts us in the algorithm. So, but once you subscribe, make sure you comment and you like. That's the only way YouTube allows you to keep your subscribers. You have to like and comment while you subscribe, because they'll take it away. But let's get to it. Let's get to it. The first topic. The first topic is gonna be the male's role in the household. How males nowadays are not really inserting themselves as head of household. They're not leaders no more nowadays. It's like the alpha males kind of turned into the beta male in today's society. He's not really giving off that provider no more. How you feel about that? The way the male is nowadays than how it used to be, the old school males, how they used to provide, take care of household. Woman didn't have to really do much back then.
Yeah. Well, I'm not against it, how the change has come, but I still feel like there's a difference when you say lead the family.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like men should lead, but in a certain extent. He may not be able to lead as far as finances the way his wife can. He may not be able to lead handling bills the way his wife can, but it still don't make him less than a man or not the leader. I still feel like he is, but you give those responsibilities to a person that can handle them, and if you can't, you be honest and you hand them over. But at the same time, you're supposed to make sure the family don't want for anything, because you take on that responsibility when you ask a woman to be your wife.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in this conversation, we are speaking to husband and wives, because I don't think fiancés and girlfriends and boyfriends will fit in this category, because you get to do what you choose if you're not bound together by law as husband and wife. And sometimes people get that confused as well, but that's on another note. But I just feel like if you can't lead, pass the torch, but that don't make you, it doesn't make you not a leader. You can still be a leader, but you have to share that responsibility when you're not capable of fulfilling the duty.
Yeah, like you said, if you can't lead, pass the torch. Sometimes that specific person ain't built for that person. They might not be the right one for that person, because maybe they don't know how to lead that type of person, because that person she might be an alpha female, to where he don't know how to handle it. He hasn't been taught, or he hasn't been structured in his mind to handle that type of situation. But even then, see, I'm brought up on old school. The male is the provider, the leader, head of household, all that. So no matter what type of mind frame or mindset she got, she always know that she doesn't really have to have that, to where that feeling, to where she feel like she gotta do everything, and she has to take on the whole thing by herself, to where all that pressure that's on her it's not gonna be on her because the man got it. Some women can say, "Oh, that's he's what not not feminist. Is that what they call it? They don't want to be that type. They feel like I forgot what they call it, but I know some women don't like that. To where they like being in charge. They don't like a man doing all this for them. Um, they just don't like that. But then you got old school women that it really doesn't matter. They can take the back seat while the man does what he does for the household. As long as he's not straying away from the household, as long as he's still showing respect to the person that he's with. Hey.
Yeah. I mean, uh, everybody has a choice when it comes to solving a problem in a relationship. The choices we make define the results we get. So I just feel like fulfill your duty or don't. Don't ask somebody to commit to you if you're not ready to fulfill the duty, because you know what comes with it. And as far as you said about men, yeah, but women as well. You have to do your job as well. So it's not just men.
Yeah. Let me see. What else do I got? Do you think? Cause I don't want to pick on the fellas. It's just that type leading into that conversation. Do you think a man can handle the same pain that he dish out?
That's a good one. I don't think so. Just my personal opinion. I don't think so because men look at women different, you know. But at the same time, I don't know anybody who has gave them back they medicine and it works. But it could be possible if that man realizes that what he did triggered the reaction that he got from his spouse, or the opposite, the woman did whatever she did. I feel like yeah, but at the same time, I really can't say from no experience with it.
Yeah, like.
But I know I don't think a man can.
Yeah, it seems like if a man cheat, we expect for the woman to forgive. We know she won't forget, but we expect her to forgive, take us back. But if a woman cheat, like the one time, like our whole world blow up, that man be ready to jump out a window and kill about 4-5 people.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I agree with you. I don't think our egos is too different from y'all's. We ain't, cause as soon as we get that image in our head of that woman with somebody else, just that one time, they gonna flip out.
Yeah. And then some men, I guess, in my opinion, they probably would flip out and maybe be a little bit more attentive and try to prevent it from happening. Doesn't mean they won't do what they've been doing, but I feel like that if a man really loves you, he'll try his best to make it work, even if you did step out. And it is hard for men to accept what we do because we're always, hoes and bitches. But we can call a man the same thing, and it don't mean what it means to them, what it means to us. Like, it's not the same. So, I mean,
yeah,
it ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun, and that's just the way it goes.
Do you think? Let me see. Do you think a couple should, before they get married, do you think a couple should live together just to see how each other, traits, what they do, how they act before they get married? You think they should live together like a pre-trial, just to see if they actually want to be with each other for a long time? You think they should live together first, or just living in two separate households.
I mean, that could go both ways. Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea because you might not like the clothes left on the bathroom floor. You might not like the way he hangs something in the closet. Different things. So yeah, but during conversation that should come up as well. So you should kind of know. But should you or should you not? I don't know. But it's not a bad idea. Like at least close to you guys getting married, maybe you should try it out or something like that. But I think it probably would end up being a problem if you just happen to get married and then boom, move in together. There's gonna be some disagreements.
Cause you want to know what you're getting into. But then but with that too, you got them old school people, the older folks, the older generation. They're like, they shacking up. Y'all supposed to be married before y'all shack up.
Biblically written, yeah, that's so. But at the same time, people are not doing that, and who are we to judge? So, based on what you asked, our opinion is the day and age we live in today. We really can't worry about what them say because it's different now. Like it's totally different.
I'm saying technically back then they were married, but it wasn't by law. If you want to go back then when the generations before us was married, all they did was jump a broom and boom, they was married. So I'm thinking they probably jumped back over the broom, but I don't know. But like I said, it wasn't no money involved. That's what I think made marriage work back then, because the government and stuff didn't have their hands in it. Wasn't no money involved. It was just pure marriage. You didn't worry about no paperwork, no nothing. You just loved that person. You didn't think about nothing else before everything else got involved. Before everybody got there. Cause it wasn't no papers and stuff involved back in the day.
It wasn't, but okay, so you want to go there, we can go there. So in my opinion, as far as that goes as well, okay, here's another scenario. Okay, now we got social media. So we look back at our grandparents and our great grandparents. They didn't have social media. So if Grandpa Henry was cheating, Grandma Sarah didn't know because it wasn't all over social media. Okay, so or things wasn't like it is now. So people cheated. The men cheated, the women cheated, but predominantly the men cheated. So they did. They had babies by different people, sisters, and all kinds of stuff. But at the same time, people didn't know about it like they can know about it now. It's so accessible. So it makes it different than what it was back then as far as how they look at it.
I mean, you can say they didn't know they were cheating. But I'm thinking back then, the community was so small, it's hard to see if John Earl didn't cheat with Mary Lou or Elizabeth Ann.
They knew. I feel like they knew, and it was different. Like then, the women stayed at home, the men paid the bills. So as long as Henry's out here getting to the money, he's shacking up with Sarah over here. Yeah. But it's like you gonna say whatever you gonna say, but it is what it is. But marriage now, it's like you got social media, you got all these different men and women looking like these different things, and you get intrigued by that and distracted. Versus the men back then, they just went to the bar, to the Jew joint. And they might have seen somebody that was interested in, and that was that. But now it's like they can expand, and it could be 50 women at one time. All you gotta do is shoot the text all day long. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like it's just different now, and so it makes marriage, relationships, and all kind of things different. And you just gotta work so much harder because people idolize different body shapes, different faces, people with makeup, people that don't weave natural, like everybody on all kinds of other stuff. And
I think as far as that, when people post like they stuff on like Facebook, people is looking for a title. People posting relationship for status. It ain't like nowadays, I don't think. I think relationships are more for popularity game. It ain't like back then when they meant something. Like you said, social media kind of it's basically what things is headed. People more focus on the social media aspect of the relationship than what's going on in the real relationship that they have.
Mm-hmm.
They looking for approval of the people around them, how many likes they can get for this relationship, or they want people to validate their relationship by how good this person look. So if they base their relationship on how many likes they get, how much attention they get off social media, and like it's easier for them to break up with a person because all they gotta do is change their status on Facebook from that to single, and they boom.
They DM gonna be on fire. It's gonna be lit.
Yeah, so actually you have to meet up with a person or call the person. Nowadays you can just change your status, and that's how people get the picture, I guess.
Yeah.
And then sharing your location and all that.
It's just nothing's the same, you know.
Yeah, relationships is based off of popularity nowadays. It ain't based off the way you actually like that person. Well, you got some people that can differentiate the two when it comes to real life and internet relationships. Because trust me, I think it's people out there that want the real thing and not the falsehood of this is what we are just so we can look good to this certain amount of people. Nah, we need to go back to the old school ways. Mix a little bit of new school in it, but put some of that old school in it. And I think things will work out for the better if people can do that.
Yeah.
Let me see. Then what's another? Oh yeah, do you think as far as the raising of kids is different from back then to
absolutely, now? Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking for something I wanted to share as well. Yes. Raising the kids are totally different. A lot of people, a lot of us are our children's friends.
Mm-hmm.
I try not to follow people's kids on social media because I'm grown and I can do what I want to do, but I'm not gonna post nothing to disrespect myself or my family. But at the same time, there's things I don't want my friends' kids to see as well. So that's just the way I am. I don't post much as it is, but at the same time, these kids are like grown. I mean, and they different. They have no respect. You can't ask them to go get you nothing out the house because they gonna say no. Like, and if we would have said something like that, like smack dead in the mouth,
smack in the mouth or the throat.
Yes, and I'm not against none of that. I mean, at the same time, you could be hit in the chest by whoever. You could be whooped, beat, whatever you want to call it. You are going to be who you're going to be at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter how many whoopings you got. It don't matter how many chest punches you got. You still going to be who you going to be. If it worked, then you wouldn't have charges. You wouldn't be this. You wouldn't be that because you'd be like, my family want better. But if you got chastised and you still turned out to be the same criminal, same whatever that they try to prevent you from being, you see it didn't work. Mm-hmm. So that's why I still feel like at the same time, communication is the key when it comes to our children. We always want to be respected, but we don't want to give our kids respect. You're supposed to respect them too. You're supposed to live and learn from your children because every day they see you. You know, you're a reflection. And they see it, and if one of your kids honestly come tell you something about yourself, then maybe you need to take heed and fix it. And if it works, then hey, you found a solution to the problem. But a lot of people are not willing to do that now. You the kid, I'm the mama. You don't tell me what to do. They get it, they know that, but they coming to you because they want you to fix it. And if you don't get it, then the problem's gonna still be
Yeah.
there, and the kid's gonna act out, and then you just completely say it's them.
That's how I think that's how it is too nowadays. A lot of parents are more focused on being a friend to their kids instead of actual parent, and then that kid runs over them, and they all of a sudden they don't know what to do. The kid is whooping their ass, and it's just based on what type of authority that they applied, or what type of structure did they apply to their kid from the get go.
Yeah.
Before they even turn one, they letting the kid do anything. As once again, you got to bring a little bit of that old school to the new school, because these new school ways is the reason that we got some of these kids that's on drugs before the age of 13,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
going out doing this and doing that, experiencing things that they supposed to experience when they get older, or do things that they should have asked permission to do. Some things they shouldn't do because it shouldn't be allowed, but they get so much freedom to do what they want to, and then when they do it and get in trouble for it, the parents act like it's the kid's fault. Some of it is on the kids, some of it is on the parent. And it's time for the parents to put their foot down. It's too many parents being soft. Me being a girl dad, which some of y'all don't know the term for girl dad. It's a male who's a father of a daughter. Some of you illiterate people to the terminology that I used. My daughter, she'll be 13 in April, and trust me, she's spoiled. Like when she was first born, she had me wrapped around her finger, but at the same time, I had to learn because I didn't have that type of, figure in my life to show me how to be a dad. I had to learn on my own, and I also had to learn you gotta insert authority. You gotta I ain't gonna say make them respect you, but you gotta insert their respect in them to where they know that you're her dad or you're his dad first before you their friend. Cause I can be your friend, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna be your parent first.
Because it's the time and place to be your kid's friend.
Yeah.
If y'all out bowling and y'all playing games, or that's a friendly atmosphere. But when you being stern, and you raising your kids to make good choices, then friend zone is cut off. We're not friends right now. I mean, I'm being real. I'm your mother or I'm your father. So I don't know. I just always try to tell my kids when they do something, I sit them down and I explain to them, and then I let them know whatever you did, and I ask them, if I did this, what would you do? And then they give me an answer, and they understand, and they say, Mom, I'm sorry. And I get it. Hey, communicate with your children because they want you to. If you feel like you need to talk to them, talk to them. Always give them another outlet. If you're not there, say, hey, you can call blah, blah, blah. She's always there. If there's something going on and you don't want to talk to me about it, just know that you can reach out to whomever. Let them know that they have another outlet, because they might want to tell you something but don't know how to tell you. So give them some more resources so they'll be able to tell you and be comfortable, so you won't miss out and find out 10 months later or too late or whatever. But I think today there was an incident where I live with a young man, and he didn't make it. And we need to let our kids know that I think he was 20, but it's not a game out here with these different drugs and stuff that's out here, and just don't keep trying stuff, because you see enough examples on TV. They already tried it for you. You know what it'll do to you. So, what's done is done. I mean, do something else. Find something productive to do with your life besides doing drugs, because I'm telling you, I'm not promoting anything, but everything nowadays got something in it. It's just like everybody wanted to be extra.
Yeah.
Just now I bet you guys appreciate the weed with the seeds in it.
Yeah.
Because now you don't know if it's got fentanyl on it. You don't know if it's got something else on it. So
4K, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. So I mean, sometimes it ain't no coming back. So my condolences to the young man's family. But at the same time, y'all gotta stop it. You gotta stop it. Find something to do, because these other young men out here getting in sports and baseball and wrestling and different stuff and making it big for their families. Find something to do. Find something to do productive, and keep God first in your life, always and foremost. And believe in yourself, and you can be whatever you want to be. It might take you a while.
Cause like I said, a lot of people, a lot of kids are not gonna grow up to be singers or play sports. It's plenty of ways that today's kid can be something successful, be something that's great in this world, because you don't have to be a basketball player or like a rapper or a singer to make it or provide for your family or have that fulfillment of achievement that you want in life. You can become a million off social media. You can become a streamer. You can be rich off of that. It's a whole lot of outlets for kids nowadays.
And they don't know about financing. That's the key about getting money. Investing.
Yeah.
Working now at a young age and investing your money in Roth accounts, IRAs. Get that. Find out about what good investments. Go talk to your banker, your investment banker. But it don't matter if you only got $1,000. You can start somewhere. And get something going and save it. And moms and dads, if you don't know, when your child turns 14, 15, if you're responsible and you pay your bills like you're supposed to, get a credit card. Yeah. Add your child on your credit card. Pay that on time and build their credit. By the time they turn 18, they'll have an 850 credit score. They can go out and get what they need as long as they're responsible. So it's a lot of things in the black community that we don't know, and we look at other people, other ethnicities, and be like, how they make it. Well, I'm going to give you a secret right there. Your credit card. Help build your kids' credit up and get them where they need to be, so when they do go off to college, you save a little money. Because all of us, we get financial aid, but sometimes if they go to a private institution, you might have to take out a personal loan for your kids sometimes. And yeah, they be like 10 bands. So if that's what it costs, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. So moms and dads,
some parents done messed up their kids' credit.
Yeah, don't do that.
They don't put cable in the kid name.
Don't do that.
The kid he done had a whole house at 4 years old. He didn't know he had a house on his credit.
Yeah, but they kind of nipping that in the bud a little bit more. But that's the truth. I mean, we need to teach our kids about financing and saving and getting bank accounts and credit unions. I tip my hat to credit unions. They're really good for us.
First time home buyers.
Yeah, and cars and personal loans. Credit unions are really good. So if you don't have one, get one. And we have to teach our kids. They learn from us. They build their own resumes sometimes, but we set forth that start on it,
Build your credit, because the U.S. dollar really ain't finna be good too much in the future. Yeah. So like you said, build your credit up, because the more good your credit is, the less money you really gotta spend. So that, like you said, houses, cars, stuff that you want to finance that you really don't have the money for, build that credit up. That way you can do it that way. On the back end, your money will come.
Yeah, because a lot of people, we don't know, they work hard and they make a lot of money, but they live off their credit cards. They live off their credit. I mean, you wondering how they surviving, because Johnny over here got $300,000 in American Express, and he got $50,000 over here at Discovery. Yeah. So his mortgage and his car note and everything can be paid as long as he worked, pay the initial amount of his balance, and his credit is still good, and it's increasing. That's all we have to do. Just whatever bill. You can't go to this party tonight. You can't buy these tickets to this concert. You can't get the new Jordans that come out because you got to pay your credit card bill. Because your credit card is the reason for the season.
Responsibility over a priority over what was it, wants.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it is what it is. And I'm preaching to the choir. I got to work on it too, boo. But at the same time, I know what it takes. I have gained the knowledge to know what it takes. You can't sit around wishing and hoping and not put any work in. That's the same thing when you pray. When you pray, you got to put some work in. You can't sit and think God gonna just send it to you, baby. You need some extra money. You pray God put you in a position to get some extra money. That means a job.
You got to meet him halfway.
You got to meet him halfway. All right now.
You can't.
So yeah.
There's another thing going on too. How you feel about the U.S. trying to ban TikTok from America? They really trying to ban it completely. They don't want it at all. I think they already banned it in like, cause I was reading something. They said they banned TikTok from like, as far as like college campuses or something like that. As far as like federal wise, you can't have it on your phone or you can't use it because they feel like it's something going on with it.
Because they can get information from it. Yeah. Okay. So I can't really speak on it because I haven't read anything about it, but I did see it. And they tried to, when it first come out, they was talking about how they could leak stuff and do stuff or whatever in the other country. But I don't know. I'll answer that question later. I'll get back to you with it. I'll find some information about it. But I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking that
it's kind of weird though.
But they was like, if it leaks, but you can say they trying to ban it like you said because of leaks. But in that case, Facebook has had so many leaks with your messenger and stuff like that. But we still have Facebook, so I'm guessing because TikTok is not a U.S. based app, they feel like it's not safe. But your US based apps are doing way more damage than your non-US based apps. Like I said, I'm on Facebook. Facebook has been good to me, but come on now, you can't do TikTok like that without looking at the stuff that Facebook has done as far as leaks and messages. So it's been so many lawsuits against Facebook allegedly. It's like I put that allegedly in there. When they leak stuff through the Messenger app. So if you're gonna be fair, United States, the land of opportunity and freedom, you can't judge without being judged. Now, come on, get it together. What else you got?
TikTok, I think they don't like the fact that it tells a lot.
Yeah.
You know, anything you need to know, you can go to TikTok and find it.
Yeah.
And a lot of it be legit. And it's got something to do with that as well. But I don't know.
You got any shout outs you wanna?
Well, I did have a shout out, but
we'll save that.
Yeah, we'll end it. But I did. There was something that I saw, and pardon me for holding my phone to tell you. But I was looking around on the internet, and I saw where they searching for a 7-year-old girl out of Rutherford County. She's on the 6th day she's been missing. And there's an endangered child alert for her, and her name is Iris Crum, if I'm saying that correctly. Iris Crum. They're saying because she does not meet all the criteria for the TBI has set for an Amber Alert. So they haven't issued an Amber Alert for this 7-year-old child. She's African American. I don't understand why they wouldn't issue one. She's no different from nobody else.
She gotta be missing for what was it, 24 or 48 hours that the person has to be missing.
Whether it is, whatever one it is, she deserves to be on the Amber Alert. the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is trying to figure out what's going on, but at the same time, I just wanted to say that she's not, but I pray that she returns home safely, and she deserves to be on the Amber Alert, no matter what color she is.
Yeah.
She does, and I'm sorry to her family that happened.
They'll find it. If it's in God's will, they'll find it.
Yeah.
So what's in the world today? What's going on in the world today?
And then last week I had talked about Megan Thee Stallion's collection that she has with Nike. And I just so happened to be looking online and see that in Nashville, some of her merchandise was stolen from FedEx delivery truck. It was like $45,000 worth of merch that was stolen of her new the Nike system that was coming out, her shoes and her onesies, and he had sold to an undercover. So I thought that was weird. I just had talked about it and gave my shout out to her, but and then somebody stole her merchandise.
Just like that mall and what's it over there? Is it Antioch or Tanger? Soon as they open up somebody got messed up and take some stuff away from it. And I know I read something else too online about Rivergate Mall, which has been a national Nashville monument. They putting it up for a sale or trying to lease it to somebody. I think they finna sell old Rivergate Mall. Which Rivergate really ain't been the same for a minute now. Everybody going to Opera Mills or Cool Springs, and now they open up Tanger Mall, so it really ain't no use for Rivergate. Unless, like you said, the black community come together and start putting some more black stores in there, getting our people back to shopping.
Well, we gotta learn to support each other first. So that's a big thing. We gotta learn to support each other.
We need to put our money together and keep Rivergate alive.
Put our money together and buy some land somewhere and build our own mall.
As we turn Rivergate into our own mall. Buy the land off Rivergate and just turn it into a mall. Yeah. Or not to a mall, to a black people mall. Yeah. And then I know people been waiting on it. The Freaknik documentary. It comes out next year. It was supposed to come out this year. They pushed it back to 2025. Jermaine Dupri announced it. Is it on his X, which is Twitter? On his Instagram, he announced it. It's gonna come out 2025. So if you a doctor now or a lawyer, male or female,
they exposing the people that was on there doing all that.
I ain't gonna say they exposing them. You can kind of say that.
Well, I get what you mean. It's not exposing, but they're going to show the videos from back then, which is probably going to expose some things that people may not want other people to see at this point in their life.
They passed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, they was living their best life. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And especially if they're successful now, honey, they was having fun. Shit, they had to do what they had to do to make it. Especially doctors and lawyers, y'all had to go to school for so long, honey. Do what you need to do, boo.
They're gonna show what good times they used to have back in the day. Yeah. And who else? Oh yeah. I also read. I think it's true. It's gotta be. What now? Big Meech supposed to get out next year too. So you got the Freaknik documentary coming out next year, and you got Big Meech being released from prison. I think they said 32 months early. He's getting out next year too. So it's gonna be so much stuff going on in 2025. So Detroit, Atlanta, I don't know what y'all gonna do, but your boy coming home. All right. They finna party like it's I don't know when he got locked up.
Okay, so I don't know when he got locked up either. I was being funny, but when we were talking about the kids and how we need to communicate with them, I want to say something. the law changes May 2024 of this year that any child at the age of 17 will automatically be charged as an adult if they commit a crime. So parents, there's no more. It's at the judge's discretion. At 17, as of May 2024, your child will be charged as an adult, sent straight to adult penitentiary in population.
That's gonna be scary because kids ain't.
They're not ready mentally. They're not ready for that.
They ain't built for that. They gonna do. They ain't ready. They gonna have to get ready. But I thought they was already doing that. Like with 17-year-olds, I thought they was charging them as adult. I guess that's in some other states.
Well, I'm not saying that they won't. It's at the judge's discretion.
Yeah.
So a child could be out here being delinquent and unruly, and the judge feels they just need some kind of therapy or they need some rehabilitation. Then it's at that judge's discretion. But once a law is passed and it's official, then that means the judge has no discretion. He can't say. So if this child goes out here and commit a crime, then I guess if it's worthy of, then they'll be charged as an adult. So I'm not specifying. I'm not saying, not specifying anything like shoplifting versus hurting somebody. I don't know that. What I am saying is, if your child is 17 or over, and they commit a crime, then they will be charged as an adult from May to 2024.
Yeah. So that old saying, like, once you turn 18, whatever you did when you were young is expunged off your record, or
starts.
Yeah,
17.
starts now.
Yeah, and I still don't feel. I mean, and you guys can respond in. I still don't feel at the age of 17 a child is mentally grown enough to
even at 18.
know right. Yeah, for sure. But I don't feel like they should. They should be charged as adults. But that's the law, and that's what it is. But I still feel like intense therapy would be really good. Keep the law where you keep them to their 20. You know what I'm saying? But keep them in a juvenile setting.
Yeah. Because
once you put a child amongst that many adults and they're criminals, so you say, and they're going to act accordingly, then that means that child's whole mindset is now going to change to survival mode. So they have to fit in. So if he's got to act like he's older than what he is, his childhood is definitely gone.
Yeah, that's it.
It's over with. So now you lose whatever you had left of that child. Even if he gets 2 years, when he get out of jail, Johnny, he's 19 now or 20. He's not going to have the same attitude. It's just different. So I just feel like we need to save our children, and it takes a village. Yeah. And when it comes to the kids, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna lay it down. But I'm only one person.
Yeah. Well, that's all I got. Anything else you wanna get to the subscribers? Anything that they need to know?
No. No. We'll be doing more videos. Of course. Keep subscribing. We love it.
Get those subscribes up. Subscribe. But we'll be back with another episode. I'm Dre.
And I'm Mo.
And this has been the Dre and Mo podcast.